Our heroes have made it to the city of Labelle, the city of carnivals and parties and magic and wonder, and they have taken in the scenes, said goodbye to Droll, spent a bunch of coin, bought some items, won some items, met some crazy figures. They went shopping to a couple different stores, and on their way to another store, they were stopped by a figure asking for coin, and then asked Olivax to maybe come back later to share some wisdom. To which he promptly said, "Let's just do this now. Be happy to share some wisdom now with you guys." He then led you off the main veins of the road, down some back streets and alleyways where there were much less people about. And he brought you down one specific alleyway where you guys had the instinctive feeling that this was a trap and that they were going to, something bad was about to happen. So weapons were drawn and they said, "Sorry, we have to do this." And then they attacked you, to which the battle ensued. Olivax was turned into a ginormous Olivax, a big lizard, by Wink. There was like a rooftop you guys had to deal with in different elevations. People on the street scattered away. And after you dispersed with everyone but one guy, he jumped off of the roof on the other side on the main road and ran off into the crowd, to which a guard shouted up to Olivax, "Halt right there." And that's where we ended the session. So you see two guards that are approaching. One says stop, and he's looking up at Olivax, while Olivax, you see the other guard basically walking around the neighborhood to get to you guys, which would take about 30 seconds. So I will ask if you guys wanted to do anything within that 30-second period, like as far as like looting or trying to figure out. I know that Thaddan was looking for that reporter person who was writing things down, and no tracks were left or anything, and you weren't able to find her. So that was kind of like the state of things. So yeah, anything you guys want to do in the next, 30 seconds as the guard's walking around.
There's also the red tiefling that.
Yes, there's an unconscious tiefling that you guys left. That's like in the thick of things.
All right, guys, let's see if we can get some information. It looks like we're gonna have some company.
I am here and listening. A rainstorm just hit super bad, and I had a bunch of tools outside that I'm trying to get out. So anyway, keep going. Just want to let you guys know.
Hurricane Hillary.
There's a guard coming.
Let's see if we could gather everything up. Is there maybe there's some information on the bodies?
As you say that, you see the guard around the corner. Enzo, Waldo, Olivax, the guard on the other side will ask you to hop off of the roof down and to stay where you are once you hop down.
Hold on to something.
And the guard, do you comply, Olivax?
I do.
Okay, the guard will then
you could just ride me down.
Hey, Bo, is last week's thing up so we could see it on D20? We could see where people are.
It shouldn't matter too much as far as
I was just looking and I just didn't know if I need to reset it or something. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, keep going. Then I have a question.
Yeah, I changed the map on a Roll20 back to just blank screen.
Okay.
Olivax, you and
wait. I have a question before we go. If Bo is done. So did we have 30 seconds? Because we only asked like a single question apiece, which should have been at most about 6 seconds. So did we have 30 seconds or do we have less than that?
You have 30 seconds, but no one said anything. And then Enzo said, like, hey, what should we do? Like a question, talking to people, that's time passing. So if you have something specific that you want to do before the guard rounds the corner, which would be like 1 or 2 rounds, I need to know exactly what you're doing.
Okay, well, yeah, I was waiting for Trent to say that there was a guard coming. I was waiting for that line before just assuming that we all knew the information that the guard's coming. So
I
if-
would like, okay, yeah, keep
yeah,
going. Ryan.
go, no, go.
We'll
I
have
was
a
gonna
plan.
say, I was gonna tell
Wait,
you.
I wanna. Just kidding.
Okay.
Everyone, listen to Thad.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so we don't have a lot of
Not a
time.
joke.
Olivex, quickly, do we run or we comply?
We do not run.
Okay,
Excellent.
Olivax, you talk to the guards. Me and Thad, we are gonna try to talk to this reporter chick and find her. And the rest of you search the bodies, see if you could find any sort of marks on these people or if they have anything in their pockets. Okay, ready? Break.
Wait, before that, does anyone want to try to? I'm gonna hide with the tiefling somewhere. Like right now, we don't have time to run with her with the body, so I'm gonna try to hide somewhere around here.
Okay, you take the tiefling, I'll try to find the girl. I am pretty handsome.
Excellent.
Okay, what order do you want to do this, Bo?
I'll crawl down the house towards the alley and
I
go
will,
back to, I'll go back to normal.
I will
I'll
tell
look-
you that Thaddan already searched for the reporter and he did not find her.
I know that. But
Okay.
that was the Dawn, and I am handsome.
Okay. Yeah, you're more than welcome to search. I don't know if you're just looking in this immediate area.
No, I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna go to the same area. I'm gonna say, Miss, I am not an enemy. I apologize for everything that was said. We didn't know if you were friend or foe. If you are good, it would be wonderful if you could talk to the guards and vouch for us, or just tell us that you're a good person so we don't try to hunt you down thinking that you're part of this group that is hunting us for some reason.
And I will go
That's good
to the
incentive right
nearest
there.
body and start rummaging through the pockets and see if we can find any information.
Okay.
Con
So-
gracias.
And what were you doing, Thaddan? I'm sorry.
I will be looking for a place to take the tiefling, asking for any help if it looks too hard to carry the
Okay.
body or the unconscious body, and then going looking just for the best place to hide with it right now.
Are we able to make him invisible?
You would have to ask my brother if he can make me invisible, or the body invisible. Either would be useful.
Yes, I can if you bring him to me. I'm looking for the chick right now. Or standing there waiting for her. Hopefully she can hear me and hopefully she reveals herself.
All right, I'll bring the body to you real quick, turn it invisible, and then in one of these nearby buildings, if something, or like a sewer or something like that, go
There are-
someplace to hide.
Okay, I will remind you that there are people all about. You saw people flee towards like a selling stand in the middle of the street, which is like 30 feet from where the body is. And there's like 4 people there. There's like a orc there. There's a young Kenku looking person and an older man. So I don't know if you're wanting to do that right in front of them.
Good point.
Did you hear what I wanted to do?
You said that you went down as a spider. I didn't catch anything else.
And then went back to my normal self.
Yeah, yep. Okay, so this would take what, 2-3 rounds to do all of these things. Enzo,
I'd say close to 3, yeah.
as far as what you find on the bodies, on one of them you find like a plastic bag looking thing full of what looks like dirt. It's probably it looks like powdered cocoa is honestly what it looks like. It's like that same consistency and color.
So it's like dark powder more than dirt, or is it
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like dirt?
It literally looks like powdered cocoa. would be the
Okay.
perfect description.
He's a
You
beginner. You start with dirt, and then you work your way up to stones.
Good to know. Thank you, Waldo.
you also find a note inside of the pocket.
Mhm.
The note says, meet at the normal spot each Mercy, and you know Mercy is the day of the week, to receive more product, is what the note says. Again, meet at the normal spot each Mercy to receive more product. That is what you find on this one body that you look through.
All right. Did you say reach mercy or each mercy?
Each.
EACH.
Yes. Every Mercy.
Okay.
Which is, again, a day of the week.
Okay.
So that's what you would find in that 3 round period until that you would see the guard coming and probably stop. Dragging the body. So if Tink is walking away to go search for this person, I don't know how that would work, like with dragging the body across the street, like in front of all of these civilians, just like watching you.
Why don't you just say
I,
he casts
Bo,
it?
I can have my, my familiar, rat familiar, cast invisibility on him. I don't need to be by it.
Okay. And you're casting it on the body or on Thaddan? Because my understanding was
On, I believe they want the body to be invisible.
Ryan, can you confirm or deny?
Confirm, body invisible.
Okay.
Because the body floating by itself sounds pretty awkward.
And obvious.
And we call this move Mystery Man.
Okay. And then the guard turns the corner and he says, everybody stay where you are. And as far as like what you hear, Tink, you don't hear any responses on your call. So that's what happens during those times, the time frame. The guard will then walk up to you and ask you all to gather around each other and to sit against a building or on the stairs.
Do I still have Grandmaster's boon?
I believe it lasts 1 minute. I don't know. Let me look it up. I believe that it's a concentration spell, so I think he can drop it at any time. So that would be up to
It's 1 minute. That's 1 minute.
Yeah, it's 1 minute, so it would drop. Yeah, because you cast it on the first round, it was like 7 rounds. And then, yeah, so yeah, it drops by the time you hop down.
As Bahamut's blessing wanes, I return to my true form.
Indeed. The guard will ask, introduce their. Let me describe the guard. This is a Tiefling guard. They are a red Tiefling, and they have a chain. They have 2 things that you see on them. They have a chain of Odda symbol, which is the fist that's black made of chains, and there's like a red swoop chain that goes around it. You also see a brown and green thorny vine intertwined with scales on the other side. So he's wearing like 2 separate badges that you can see on this person. And he will ask if there's anyone else amongst you who is not visible.
Oh, I guess I should ask, because I did want to have the body turned invisible, then hide with it. Was I able to do that? I don't think we ironed out that part.
Where are you taking the bot? Roll.
Yeah, without the map, I know there was like a building, some like stairs and stuff. So I didn't know if there was like a place near there. I know we were like right in that little crevice area. So I don't know if there's a place there I could hide or just move trash or other stuff in front of me and the body kind of thing to try to hide.
There are people that can see you, like right now, like that whole time, basically, that saw the body go invisible. And the only way that would have happened is if you like went back into that all the way to the back of the alley and then cast invisibility on the body.
Okay.
Yeah, I did just you guys are out in the open. It's not like you're hidden by anything other than like you're off onto the side of the street, but there isn't like anything to hide behind. There's no like
I thought there was a.
Other than-
I don't remember. I
other
don't
than
know.
the barrels that are right outside of the place that has like a canopy over it.
Were any of those barrels empty?
Yeah, some of them would have been empty. But I don't know if your character wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, I don't think I went by the barrels.
They're
That's a
back
shame.
to the barrels.
Yeah, in that case, I would have, with him just shouting it out, my brother, I would have just asked him to come follow me. Like, and we'd have dragged the body back, and then turned the body invisible, and I would have tried to have hit somewhere back there, either underneath trash or whatever, in a garbage can. I don't care.
Okay. So this has kind of changed as far as what you're wanting to do. So you're taking
No,
the
no. I said that. I said that my initial plan was to take the body and hide with it. I did say that that was what I wanted.
I know, but then he said there's people that are everywhere that are watching, so you can't really
Yeah.
like
Unless
that-
they don't say anything, you're gonna look like a.
character would deduce like there's no way in hell that you can hide with a body at this moment. There's no way. You would have to like knock someone out in order to be able to do this.
Well, you just okay. Sorry, I thought you said there was like a, you like there was a building right in front of us, so I assumed I just couldn't do it out there. Like I take the body into the building and do whatever I want. Like I know I can't do it outside.
No,
But
but
that's why to me it didn't matter that they could see me outside. Like okay, I'll just bring the body inside and then find a place to go.
Body's
hide.
out in the open, so when the invisibility was cast on the body, like people can see that happened.
That's fine. I don't care if they see the body turn invisible. Like because they're still gonna be look. I can only turn one of us invisible. Like doesn't matter if they know that one thing's invisible.
but
Like because
Gary-
as long as I take it inside somewhere, like that's still like one less thing I have to hide because it's invisible.
So just to be clear, people see you cast invisibility on the body, then you take it and walk inside of a building that like you don't own or anything. You're just walking inside of a building with a body. Is that
Well,
what I'm-
the one that I mean did, I thought we broke into the build. I thought Olivax broke parts of the building and whatnot during his attack, so I didn't think it was closed. But
no buildings were entered at all so far. You guys have been on top of buildings, but not inside.
yeah, I thought we said that he broke it last session, so I thought it was just already open.
Nope.
All right.
Maybe it's like the wooden balcony. Maybe that broke a little bit, but
Gotcha. This is maybe the balcony. I think you're right. Well, in that case, I would have just sorry. This is so my bad. I did not understand what you were saying correctly. I would have just run with the body then. I'd have had him turn it invisible and I would have just ran with the body.
Okay. Well, in that case, the people would then point and say, this guy stole a body and is running that way, and you would be pursued.
By all means.
in favor, so then they would just leave us.
One of the guards would leave you, yeah. A lot of things would be happening.
That's fine. I have a perfect spell to hide as soon as I'm out of line of sight from anybody.
All right,
Okay.
the risky move for the guards.
Now, all right, let me roll.
They're breaking the buddy system.
So, the street that you guys came in, you guys came down the street. Again, there's alleys and it breaks off different directions. So, if you're running, basically the closest exit would be like past where the sales stand is with people. So you would hear people yelling as you're running by them. The guard would then blow a horn, which would call other guards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a city map to describe like exactly where you're running to.
That's fine. Like I said, I just need to find either an open doorway, like a empty alleyway with things around it. As soon as I find a place where people cannot see me, I will cast my illusion spell that creates like a 15-foot illusion, and I will just cover me, the invisible body, and make myself just blend in perfectly with the environment. Like there's either nothing there or an extra barrel along with the other barrels. Whatever place I find that this circumstances aligned to, so you don't have to like overthink it too much. Like as soon as I am not out of line of sight of people.
Where are you casting?
Let me find the spell, because Kyler's the one that casts invisibility, so it doesn't matter if I cast this, the body will still be invisible. Let me pull up my character real quick.
To the lower city that he could run to that you would know about.
Looking for underground entrances.
Yeah, so you and I talked before how there are entrances to the underground city, and we would know where some of them were. If there were any close by that he would know that, you might want to go that direction.
That is not what he said, so I'm not
Not
going.
yet. That's totally fine. No issue. Yeah, so it'd be silent image. Last 10 minutes. 15-foot cube is what the area I can affect.
Okay. Trying to understand the spell because it sounds like you create an image or a creature. I don't know what some other visible phenomenon is. Because I don't know if silent image is like I curate a surroundings that looks identical except for I'm not there.
Think of like Mission Impossible when they project the screen.
That's not how.
That's like what it is. He's showing exactly what's behind him, except where he is, it just shows as if he's not there.
And what's the difference between that and invisibility?
Well, the difference is this spell affects a much larger area, and I also can't move it. I also can't move. I also cannot move it. Well, invisibility lets me still move. This one I just affect 1 foot, the 15-foot area, and I just change what that 15-foot area looks like.
It says you can use your action to cause the image to move.
Oh, I can? Oh, snap. I didn't know that part.
There's no way that is how it's intended. Is you can create a background where you just don't exist, and then you can as you move.
I use this exact same thing when we broke into the house, though, in this exact way.
Can he not just create a large crate and it covers his body?
That makes sense to me.
That's what he's saying. He's saying if I was close to a barrel, then I would create a barrel. Basically, whatever is close to the
or
environment.
There's garbage. I'll be a pile of garbage. Like it doesn't matter what I just gave a bunch of different options to fit with whatever you saw that area of the city looking like. I didn't mean just I stand against a wall in the open and do this. That would be like the last resort.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
People can also detect the illusion bow if they know looking for something that's off. I mean, that's your call as a DM, but that's something they would be able to see through.
So the other thing to keep in mind is if you cast a spell and you're invisible. Oh no, you cast invisibility on the body, not you.
Well, Kyler cast it on the body. I have not cast invisibility. That's Kyler. Yeah, I don't have the spell. Yeah.
Okay, so the guard chases you. The rest of you are sitting there basically as like 7-8 guards now run by you guys. This has kind of escalated a lot more than it was supposed to be, but actions have consequences. The guards run down. They are looking for the people would tell that it's a description of a bugbear and that he's wearing a suit, basically. The guards, people see where you turn and go, so they'll just follow the directions of the people. Let me roll.
If I might interject, Why are all your guards just ignoring the guy who clearly jumped off the roof and ran through the crowd? You just let him go.
Hold your tongue, is what the guard will say, and that we did not see anyone hop off. All we see are dead bodies and you guys standing around them.
You saw me on the
You'll
roof.
be asking the questions, Dragonborn, and you'll hold your tongue.
I'm starting to not. Bahamut, give me strength.
Okay, so as the guards round the corner, they look through down the alleyway where Thaddan is hiding, and he has the body with him that is invisible. And as the guards are looking, they are able to notice that something is off where Thaddan is hiding, and they tell you to drop whatever spell.
They
Or
have to
you
roll
have.
for it. They have to roll a DC for it. I don't know if you did
I
that or
rolled.
not. Okay.
Well, I mean, I also have things to like. I also have Mage Hand that's invisible. I could have made it try to throw something to make it look like I'd kept running, and they had just missed me moving stuff. I don't know if that would up to the DC at all, but like I had more than just I sit here and hope they don't see anything. Like I planned for more than just I sit here and wait. I was
So let me back up then. You see about 7 or 8 guards walking down the alley where you are hiding.
they're walking, not running. They saw me running, and then they were just walking after me.
The guards did not see you running. The people saw you running. The
So
guards. Some
Man,
are running, some are walking.
Let's say I should have just ran then. If they're just walking, I should have just ran. Foolish me. No, keep going. Keep going. You're good.
Yep. So there's again about 7 or 8 guards. Some of them are running ahead, trying to spot different directions. Some of them are walking, doing more of a thorough look. And so I don't know if you're wanting to do anything at this time.
Hold on. Let me read up what minor illusion does. I guess if a guard got close and was like really starting to investigate my area, I would have casted minor illusion to make a guard like imitate a guard's voice or saying, "Hey, we found him. He's down here." So like as soon as like someone started to notice, I would have had that shout coming from the end of the alleyway, hoping that they would like pursue it.
Okay.
Can you throw your voice, Ryan, or no?
Minor illusion lets me do that.
Oh.
Okay. So the few guards that are combing the area, hear the noise and they run off in the other direction. And they do not return.
I was about to say like, and you can like, I'm not trying to force your hand. Like by all means, if they find me, they find me. I will totally roll for whatever it's called, performance or persuasion, whatever you want. Like I'm not trying to force your hand and being like, this must work. I don't want it to come off that way. I have more tools than just I sit here and hope that no one finds me.
It's just you have to tell me what you're doing. So I'm just describing what's happening. So that's what happens. Are you staying there? Are you going a different direction? What are you doing?
As soon as like they all leave, well, let me see my spell slots I have left. Okay, that was my last spell slot. So cool. Yeah. So as soon as they leave, I am going to. I do not like waiting here. The body's invisible though. I have no way to climb very well. Goodness. Well, I have 10 minutes. I'll let you know what I do. And if they find me in that time before I figure it out, they find me before I have time to figure it out.
Okay. Back to the other group. The guards will come up and they will say, do you guys swear to tell the truth of any questions that we ask you this afternoon?
I do, sir.
That's a loaded question. I mean, within the last 10 minutes?
About this incident.
Oh, then
Anything corresponding to it.
Of course.
All right. He will then cast the Zone of Truth spell.
Have at thee with thy questions.
And you guys can either try to roll to pass, or you can willingly fail. The person who casts the spell will know if you have passed or failed.
The pen is.
As you feel like this magical zone creating around you in a sphere. So if your character wants to try to resist, you can roll a charisma saving throw, or you can just let it fail. That is
Now
up
they know it if we do it.
Yeah, they know if you passed or failed.
I'm gonna roll it just because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like an attack or something. So I'm just gonna be like naturally like try to stop it because they didn't explain that part.
Yeah, you do see them make verbal and somatic movements.
But they didn't say we're gonna put a zone around you to make sure you're telling the truth. They just
They
did
did
it,
not.
right?
They did not ask your permission or
Okay,
describe.
so I'm just gonna roll. 19.
Okay, so you save, and they know you saved, and then they have another guard come stand next to you.
Like, hey, sorry, you didn't tell me what was going on. I just thought you were doing some crazy thing against us.
So for
We
those,
just got attacked by a bunch of random people.
is there anyone
We
else
have nothing to hide.
make a save, or is everyone else failing? I need to know.
We have nothing to hide.
Waldo submits.
Okay, so you guys can deliberately not tell a lie while you're in the zone of truth.
Oh.
That is how the spell works. They will then ask for your names.
Does that include the caster?
Yes, everyone inside the circle.
Perfect.
Do I know that? Do we know that we're in a zone of truth or no?
If you want to make a reaction to do a Arcana check, you
No,
can.
I don't. It doesn't have to be that complicated. I just was wondering if it was part of the description.
Not. It just says that you're aware that you have a spell on you that makes it so you can't lie.
Just asking for a role play.
Yeah, like your creature, like you're aware of the spell, but you don't know like what the name of it or like everything about it. Anyways, so they will first ask for your names.
I am Enzo, and what is this thing? This is cool.
What is what?
This little bubble we're in. How'd you do that?
Oh, you can't see the bubble.
Oh, I thought you said we could. There was like a.
You can see a bubble.
I mean, you could see the glimmer off of it. Okay, well then I can't. I'll be like,
Oh no, there was something in that corn dog.
I am Orvax,
I ate more of it than you did. Oh.
the cracked of Clan Myasan. This is my squire, Blasius.
Pink.
Was any magic used? Oh, sorry, Waldo.
Were they asking for our names right now?
Yeah,
or?
they're asking for your names,
I'm Waldo.
and you see someone writing it down.
With a W,
You can
Wait.
see.
right, Enzo?
that's right.
Ah,
You're learning. And over there's Wink. He's not very talkative.
It looks like he's just writing basic descriptions like your name and then your race, and that's pretty much it. He then will ask if any magic was used by your group.
Yes, of course. We were attacked by a large group.
We were ambushed.
He'll ask which of you was able to cast magic.
All of us.
Every single one of you in your party.
I cannot cast magic.
You didn't
Aren't
cast
you in the
any
zone
magic.
of truth?
Is
You're
it
in the zone of
considered-
truth.
Is it considered magic?
Yes. Yeah.
This-
Your spells are magic.
Spells.
You just cast invisibility.
Yeah, but
So it's like so
hold
your
on.
character
Yeah.
tries to say it, but he can't. Like a liar, liar.
No, I'm not trying to lie. Aren't my abilities come from inventions that I've created?
It depends on how the DM defines that.
That's just the flavor of it.
So how magic works is instead of casting magic through like a wand or something, you find tools and things to get your spells to work. However, you do have the ability to cast magic normally, like a wizard. You can
Oh.
use the wand if you wanted to, for example, but you
Okay.
choose to use items and things. Like for example, when you cast things through your homunculus, that's an actual spell. It's not some
Okay.
item.
Okay.
That's yeah. Yep. It is a great question. But yeah. Awesome. He will then
Except for Blasius.
okay.
He didn't do any magic.
Yeah, he literally did nothing.
He did nothing.
He swung his sword around.
I thought
He
you would
banned-
help us.
He fanned me down while I did all the fighting.
Okay. You do see another guard come back that looks like was one of the search party, and he does start talking to like some of the people at the stand, like trying to gather the story from their point of view on like exactly what happened. The guard then asks you like what happened and like why are all these people dead?
And we'll walk them through what happened. We walked there, or a guy asked us to ask Olivax for some help, and like a prayer, right?
He was a beggar, and he
He was dressed
asked
as a
for
beggar.
money. I gave it to him, and then he wished to know more wisdom and brought us back here. And then all of him and his companions ambushed us. They
Yeah,
started
so
saying something like, "We're forced to do this." And they attacked, and we defended ourselves.
And we tried multiple times to get them to stop or to talk to them. It wasn't working.
Okay.
And please ask everybody around here. They saw, I mean, we're not lying about that. They saw it happen.
You just hear someone shout, "They're not lying, they're telling the truth."
That's my man.
I love you, random citizen.
Does the person who said that, do they have a storefront or something, or is it just
It
one
seems like
person?
it was an old halfling lady that was getting sold to by someone else, and she like brought her chair inside. She like now brings her rocking chair like back outside to sit back out on her porch like she was before. Like a small interruption to her day.
And please ask her if they, or ask them if they know who they were, because they kept saying weird things about us or them not having a choice. And it seemed like they like chose us, and we don't know who they are.
And one of them got away, heading that direction, and I'll point to where he jumped off.
He ran right past you. You
No,
saw me fighting him on the roof. I
They'll
have
ask for a
Grandmaster's boon. I was 30 feet tall.
Is that soldier in the bubble of truth that he ran by?
Yeah, yep.
I'm
And
gonna ask him if he saw the person who jumped off the roof at all.
he will say he did not see anyone. All he saw was a massive dragonborn. And he will ask for the description of the person that ran.
He was human. He had a boomerang dagger. It was very intricate.
He'll be
He had a
close,
bunch
but
of
it looked like a
scars.
boomerang.
And blood on his wrists from his blood magic. He literally ran right past you. You were looking at me on the roof as he jumped down. I have a hard time believing that this guy just scooted by.
And don't forget about the lady that was weird. But she's
Oh yeah, there was a
very nice.
lady just taking notes, and we asked her multiple times who she was, and she gave us kind of curt answers, and then she disappeared. We
Okay.
tried to find her to try to find out who she was, or if she knew what was going on, or if she was part of the group, and we never found her. You showed up right when we were still looking for her.
Bo, I will, this is one of my abilities that I do with the stones. I can cast a 1-by-1 image of something. And I will cast each of their images one at a time, just on the ground, and say, this is the girl. She turned invisible. We don't know where she went. This is the dude with all the scars. So they can get a visual.
Okay.
I would also like to cast Divine Sense to see if any of these people are fiends, undead, or celestial.
Okay.
I bet you the tiefling's a fiend.
You do get a ping
Sure.
from the Tiefling. However, that doesn't surprise you. And you don't get any other pings as far as like fiends, undead, celestial within 60 feet of you.
So you're meaning to tell me, in this zone of truth, that you honestly did not see the person jump off the roof covered in blood
Evil ask
right
questions.
through the crowd? I'm starting to question your judgment. I don't know if you're really truly defending the city.
Whoa, Olivex, calm down.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sound a lot like me right now.
I understand
I'm
how you're
questioning our honor.
well, I understand how you're upset, but let's see where this goes first.
They will
Let's
then
let them ask their questions.
they will then say, "We appreciate your guys' truthfulness in the matter. We know that it can be frustrating and difficult and life altering when something like this happens. It's unfortunate that it did happen. However, there are some things you must know. You guys seem to be new in the city, or else you would know that you cannot cast magic. However, if you intend to use magic moving forward, please register with the Protectors of Magi, which is overseen by House Arcanum. If we see this in the future, there will be a 100 gold piece fine, or a month in the gates, or worse, depending on the offense.
Question.
If you have a magic item or something from the carnivals, those are different, and they are all documented with House Ashbourne, and he'll point to the badge, the brown badge with the vines and the scales. He'll say they are all registered with these people. So, yes, you had a question.
If we don't intend to use magic again, but we're attacked like this again and we're forced to, is that an offense?
Yes. There's a relevance on what caused you to use magic. If you use it and you are not registered, you will be fined.
What if it's to save your life?
That is irrelevant. It's the actions you were taking. If you'd like to appeal, if you get fined, you can certainly do so, but it's more than likely they will not overturn the fine. It only costs like a gold piece to do it, so you might as well just do it, and it's a lifetime thing. You don't have to redo it every time.
Of the of registering, or and what's it like, to what extent, what do they want to know from us?
We want to know who can cast magic and who cannot.
Is that it? Do they want to know what we can cast?
Nope, that's it. Just they want to know who has a capability of casting magic. Not all people have access to the weave, and it seems like you all do.
Do they keep record of everyone
They do. They keep record of everyone.
and where they're staying?
No, not what they're saying, just their name, the race.
Is
Okay.
that public?
It is not.
Who's the house again that has that?
Arcanum.
House Ashbourne.
Oh, I thought you said Arcanum.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. It is House Arcanum. Or
House
sorry, it's 10 gold pieces, one-time registration.
Angle pieces?
10 gold pieces.
Oh, 10 gold. Oh, dang, that's a lot.
What?
Okay.
I'd rather die than pay 10 gold pieces.
No, then don't cast more magic.
He's always very dramatic.
Since you are all new, if you would like a proper tour of the city and an explanation of the 8 noble houses, 2 of which I have mentioned here, and you would like a brief history of LaBelle's many layers and cultures, please seek House Grimholt or ask any of the feather folk that you see where they do the LaBelle tours. I think it's like 3 gold per person. In addition, as you may be aware, we are members of the Chain of Orokef, the guards of the city, and many others. The chain endures where others falter. You will notice guards and other members by the fist of the chain, and notice others who enforce the law by House Ashbourne's symbol. And he'll point again to the other one. As you may or may not know, if you worship any gods besides Saint Ragnar, best keep it to yourself. If we don't see or hear it, we don't care. Just don't do it out in the open or get caught, and we'll pay you no mind.
And what of the human that fled the saint?
He'll be searched and tracked.
Do you guys recognize him or the girl?
I do not. Based on what I can see from the carnage that lays before me, it sounds like these people are users of Star Sugar, if I had to guess.
Ooh, that sounds nice. What's that?
It's otherwise known as dust. It is a drug in one of the many drugs that plagues the city.
Why would they, if they were druggies, why would they choose to attack us and say we don't have a choice?
Probably because you guys look rich.
We look rich.
Yeah, 1 second, please. And he'll cast a spell, and he'll say, just from here, I can see about 10 magic items. That's quite a lot.
Yeah, those were all stolen.
You stole magic items?
I'm joking. They were obviously all not stolen. Wait, what happens if I tell a joke?
You can tell a joke in the lie circle.
I can.
Are you
Are you
allowed to, in your city, are you allowed to tell jokes about Ragnar?
You can tell jokes about whatever you want.
Okay. Just
The
wanted
law
to
is
see
if
if there was
you,
limits.
The law is if you worship openly to another god besides Saint Ragnar, there are punishments. They have been shipping them off to Drabar or executing them or other things.
Saint now. He's a saint.
He is a saint, invincible. But and while they're talking to you, you see like the other guard came back and he's like emptying out the pockets of other people. And he'll say, well, as a kind of like a tribute, I guess, to the people who attacked you, you guys can have any possessions that we do not need. It looks like there's 5 things here, so it's your lucky day. He'll give you guys a scroll, and he'll say, oh, it looks like this is like a scroll of catnap. He'll give you a sword. It's a +1 sword, and it does +3 to aquatic creatures. The blade is like a blue hued tint, and it has carvings of waves on it. And they'll give you 1 potion of healing that were from the bodies. There was gold that they found, but they took the gold.
What's the scroll?
Catnap.
Catnap.
Yep.
Is that a regular spell or is that a specialty spell?
It is a normal spell.
Okay.
It allows you to take a long rest in like 10 minutes or something like that.
Nice.
You and up to 3 willing creatures fall unconscious for the duration. You awake if you take damage, and if you may remain unconscious for 10 minutes, you gain the benefits of a short rest. And
nice. Okay, thank you.
Can you tell me more about this drug? Does it make you aggressive? What's the effects of it? How much does it cost?
I don't know the cost of drugs. We do not endorse drug purchasing in the city. This is something that is incriminating. As far as like what it does,
or expensive.
What?
Do you know if it's cheap? I mean, these people had some like a magic, a healing potion is not cheap. They could have sold it for drugs. I'm just curious if it's an expensive drug or not.
Yeah, and there was lots of magic items between them as well. And they weren't just drug. I mean, it was spellcasters. They knew how to fight.
So what it does is it makes you have the benefits of the haste spell. If you guys are familiar with that, it makes you fast, harder to hit.
That explains things.
There are downsides to this. You become very reliant on this, and it becomes highly addictive, and you make irrational choices, such as attacking someone in the mid-afternoon.
What's it look like?
It looks like powdered cocoa.
Ooh,
You have
chocolate.
in your inventory.
Yes, I know. I wanted to hear them say it, so I knew my character would know that's what it was.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. You've confirmed that's what it is. And
What part of the city would this be sold at if we want to go look for that guy who got away, so we can bring him to justice? Not violently.
it's best to let us take it from here. As far as like where people use drugs, I mean, it's all over. You'll find it is from Latende all the way to Rania Rich. People use drugs, but it's not endorsed. Can be overlooked if you have enough coin. But
If we want to avoid people who do drugs, what parts of the city would we not go to?
Latende,
So not here. We got it.
we're not in Latende district right now. We are in Iron Place district, which is it's not surprising that you see something like this, but it is It is surprising that this happened in the middle of the day. We have been getting reports of this happening more frequently, so we appreciate you.
So this is the thing that happens. We get organized groups attacking random people often in the city.
It's unfortunate, but it does happen.
Well,
Do any of them have anything in common?
Depends how reliant they are on the drug. Sometimes it's just like getting a hit to benefit themselves in a time of crisis. Sometimes it's their daily habits. But when it becomes a daily habit, they become more and more desperate for coin.
how many times do you have to take it for it to get addictive? Like if someone tried it for the first time, would they be addicted right away?
They could. Depends on the person, their constitution, their resilience, many factors.
Thank you. I just haven't heard about this.
If
Hey,
we
are
come
either one of
across,
you plans of Crazy Eight?
What's that?
Are either one of you fans of Crazy Eight?
We are. We actually have paintings of Crazy Eight in our barracks.
Really?
Crazy Eight, his familiar Ramses. It's quite a
Yes.
phenomenon in our amongst our group. We I don't know
You
what
guys
it
have
is.
like a book club or anything? I would love to join. We're new to the city and it's my favorite
You'll
series.
have to go to Thick and Thin if you're looking for book clubs. I think they
Oh,
have
I
like
was just hoping to get in with you guys. You seem like such nice fellas.
we don't have any book clubs.
How about which books do you have?
We have all of them back at the barracks.
Oh,
I think I
gosh.
own the fourth one, but yeah, not a big reader myself.
You mind if I go in there and read sometimes?
No, you're not allowed in the barracks. If
Oh.
you're looking for the book, I'm almost positive Thick and Thin sells them.
Okay. Maybe I could be a deputy or something.
If you're looking to join the chain, you'll want to seek the links division, and they'll assess and go from
Okay.
there.
Well, I appreciate all this information.
Bo, big DM question. They're part of the chain of Oral Keth.
Yes.
Aren't we looking for somebody from the chain?
Yeah, you're looking for the lieutenants of the chain of Odda.
I will 100% ask. Hey, do you guys have a lieutenant in the city by any chance?
We have many lieutenants. We have thousands in our ranks. They spread vast and wide as they go from Drebar, Brinteril, all the way even to Abrito in Curva Dynasty.
And see if you want
That is impressive. Is it hard to become a lieutenant? How strong are they?
Make a persuasion check to see if you'll give you more information into the chain.
Persuasion. That's a solid 8.
They'll say, yeah, it's pretty difficult to climb the chain. There are a couple different ranks. I think there's 5 or 6 ranks, but most people are just on the first rank.
What rank are you?
I'm a link. That is my rank.
Is that 1, 2, 3?
It's usually the only one that you get to, but yeah, so it's just the first one.
And a lieutenant, how high are they? Are they like 3 or 4?
2, 3, 4, 5. Could be any of them.
Got it.
And what can we call you?
Oops.
Yeah, you have a name or a card or something so we could reach out to you if we find anything else out about this unfortunate situation we stumbled upon?
If you're needing assistance and you need the chain of Orokef, you can either come to our barracks. My name is Abbott, and my partner is Zeta. And
Zeta.
Is Zeta a girl?
Zeta is a girl.
Is she in the bubble?
She's not in the bubble.
That's unfortunate.
She's walked in and out of the bubble a couple times, though. She's like going through the bodies and has been interviewing the other people while you guys have been talking to mainly Abbott, the red tiefling.
Is the zone of truth on him? Like, does he have to tell the truth as well? Would I know that?
I mean, you said yes.
Yes, it originates from him. Yes. So he is telling the truth.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him if he thinks that him and his partner are honorable.
Of course, I think I'm honorable. I have to deal with the worst in people every single day. It is not pleasant, but I do it because it's needed. And the chain provides.
How long is the chain, just so we know, like if we heard this, how long has the chain been like in charge? Because I know like Ragnar has been moving through the area and he takes over the, everything when he gets there. Was it like a new thing or is it something that's like it's always been?
Chain has always been. If you ask them, they'll tell you the chain has been around forever.
Okay.
That most armies in the nation are the chain. Every guard that you'll encounter in any other city was trained by the chain, more than likely. They have armies, lots of different types of armies. They are a massive organization. But now that you've been in LaBelle, like in Alloy, there aren't any chain that you've seen. But now that you're in LaBelle, like there's chain is everywhere here. Every guard you've seen has a chain, a symbol on them.
Got it.
Does this city have bounties or anything, or is there anything that the city guard might need? A special crew to take care of?
I believe you're referring to what they call rat catchers, and yes, they do exist. If you're looking for bounties or private work, you can seek the bounty board or any of the criers in town to see what's needed. But as far as things that we do everything ourselves. We don't hire outside assistance. But yeah, I need to make a call. He's gonna pull out a sending stone. He's gonna say, please get House Aurelius here to clean. We have a couple deaths and we need this cleaned up immediately. Put that back. He'll say, well, is there anything else that you guys need from me, or else we're gonna wait for House Aurelius to get here and continue.
You don't throw things. I know. You did. Things.
Nothing for me. Thanks for helping us out.
Yeah, if you ever want to talk about Crazy 8, let me know.
Oh, I
Ramsey,
forgot to ask. Are you guys with this bugbear that has seemingly flooded the scene, or is he part of the drug group?
He's with us.
He's with you. What is his name?
Thaddan.
Thaddan?
He means well.
He stole a body from the crime scene and ran off with it.
He's a bit,
Is he a necromancer?
It wouldn't.
huh?
Not that I know of.
jokingly, I would say I wouldn't put it past him for you, though, because he's
Okay, that's good to know.
jokingly.
They will say they'll have a representative check in with you guys every 6 hours to see if he's returned, as he'll be questioned as to why he stole the body.
Will he be in trouble if it was an honorable
Stop.
slash
Stop throwing things. If you don't finish the back of
misunderstanding?
your bowl, do not throw it.
We're discussing honorable. The honorable thing would have been to let us know what is happening, and we would work with you. But since you have taken that out of our hands, we now are suspicious of your group, and we will be keeping an eye on you guys. You guys have been pleasant to talk to this whole time, so I don't see why that happened. Do you guys know why he took the body?
He's just skittish around authority, and we didn't know who you were. You just yelled stop, and he just kind of took off. So, I mean, as soon as we find him, we'll talk to him and send him your way.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll be in contact. Really isn't anywhere you can go that we won't find you here. But that's nothing to be, not saying that intimidatingly or anything like that, but I would recommend the Lavelle tours. You guys sound like you need it.
Yes, it might be useful.
But you guys are free to go. Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, got one last question. This is super random. I'm sorry to keep you, but have you heard of the, oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart on their name. The guy who read our futures, the fortune teller. Have you heard of the fortune teller?
Yes, we know who the fortune teller is.
Do what they speak? How do I say this? Do they speak the truth, or is it a bunch of nonsense?
I've never been myself, but from what I've been told, if you do not want to hear what it says, don't seek them out. As far as what's truth and not truth, that I do not know. I've heard they do not speak lies, but who knows?
All right.
They're in it to make coin like everyone else.
Well, he made a lot of money from us. Anyway, thank you so much. You were wonderful, and hope to see you again in on better terms.
You'll be seeing an associate of mine in 6 hours.
All right, I bet as soon as I get some free time, I might swing on by. If I find any more information, we'll let you know.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it.
All right, you guys are free to go. Thaddan, the guards never returns to that area. So you.
Oh yes. Yeah, so once my disguise kit is up, I will take the body and make my way to the most secluded sewer entrance underground thing I know of.
Okay.
And once down, assuming that nothing untoward happens along the way, I will go in the sewer and find or pay off whoever I need to get to the most quiet, secluded part of the sewer where I won't be bothered. Oh, what a cute boy. Oh, what's up, little buddy? Oh, you're
Thanks for
so cute. You have a
noticing.
good smile, little man.
To your first words to the tiefling, Ryan. What's up, little buddy?
Hey, my little guy.
So cute.
Hey, little guy.
You got a good smile.
Oh, the chain. We know the chain. They were the ones that attacked Alloy, correct?
You know that there was an army named the Pike Horde that attacked Alloy, yes, and they
Oh,
were
that wasn't the chain, or they were just part of the chain.
claimed to be an army of the chain.
Okay, so it's like a different part of the chain. It's the Pike Horde.
Yes, yep. and you know that all of them were orcs, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah,
so yeah.
if I'm able to get to that secluded spot without any issue, I am going to do my best to gag him while he's invisible still. Make a really good gag. I don't want to make any somatic components without me knowing. And then just feeling around his hand, I'm going to try to basically ball up his hands so he can't open his fingers and make any movements with him, because I know this fool cast magic before. And then I'm going to basically I don't know how best to describe it. Basically, put something equivalent to like a sock over his hand so he can't really open it very well, his hand very well, and then tie it to his wrist very tightly so he can't open his fist. Like it's stuck in whatever sack or whatever I've put over it. So he can't open his hand to cast, to like do any finger components. That doesn't stop at will spells, but it's the best I got.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna wait for him to become visible. I can't make
You
him.
have extra socks on you?
No, I said the equivalent of. I didn't have a good way to describe it. Like cutting
like-
whatever burlap
You have
sack.
extra yeah, you could have cloth on him.
He has a
Yeah.
disguise kit. I'm assuming he has extra clothes to look like a completely different
I
person.
do have a disguise kit on me. Thank you, charlatan background. What was I gonna say? I can't make him become visible because he has a cast spell, or so I have to wait for this fool to become visible because I have no way to make him uninvisible.
Ryan,
Just,
don't you have
just
mess-
hold his fist and make him punch you.
Make him. I don't think that will count as him actually attacking me.
He is
Right.
unconscious as well. So.
Yeah, he is unconscious.
Don't you have message, Ryan?
I do, but once I'm gonna go through the sewer,
It only goes 100 feet.
and it was like 120 feet. So even
I
if
think
it could,
I think you have to know the direction the person's in too.
I do. Yeah. So I have to point like do the message like going like a clock until I finally got a ping, assuming it was close enough.
All right. So, for the sake of not splitting everyone, we'll say that discussion took an hour. So, Thaddan, he becomes visible.
Excellent. Seeing that he's awake, I'm gonna like stand up from where I'm sitting and like take off.
He's not awake. He's visible.
Oh, he's visible. Perfect. If once he's visible, I'll wake him up.
Okay. All right. He can't talk or do anything.
Yeah. Oh, well, what do I see? Like, how does he react to his situation?
His eyes are bright, surprised, and he struggles to try to break loose, but obviously he cannot.
I'm gonna do a big sigh and put my hand on his shoulder and just be like, normally I would just kill someone like you for threatening the life of my brother. But unfortunately for you, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Because apparently someone was behind all of this. And killing you wouldn't solve my problem of figuring that out. I'm sure you understand. I don't like doing stuff like this. I consider it beneath me and barbaric, but
Insight check.
sadly you're not there. But sadly, sometimes we have to do things that bring out the worst of ourselves. So here's what we can do. You can tell me what I want to know, and there won't be any pain. There won't be anything that will make it so your life is miserable every second of every day that you are alive. Or we can do it that hard way, and you will learn experiences that thankfully very few in this world have. You'll be in a select group. Now, not if you wish to speak without the pain, or if you decide not to, or tell me something I don't like, I think you know what path is the only other option.
He's just gonna close his eyes and put his head back on the ground, like he's going back to sleep.
Wonderful. I'm gonna take off my jacket. I'm gonna pull out my little torturer's tools, pull out my knife, and take one of his hands, and basically using the butt of whatever the heaviest thing I have is, I'm gonna break basically his whole hand, fingers included. We'll start at 1.
We'll remind you he has 1 HP.
So
this-
how does okay? So I guess it's a big thing. How does torture work then? Because
you are doing damage to someone, they are losing health.
so
Basically, this guy is alive with 1 HP. So if you do any sort of damage to him, he will go unconscious.
well, okay, in that case, what is defined as damage?
Injuries to someone.
Well, then how do we torture people?
Usually, you do damage, heal them. Do damage, heal them, or do enough damage.
That's not how it works in the real world. Okay, well, in that case, fine.
There's a lot of torture that doesn't involve hurting people.
Yeah, there's a lot of. That's not true. What torture doesn't involve pain or injury?
Waterboarding.
As well as sometimes they lock you in a box and just turn on loud music.
I don't have loud music, sadly.
Well, if you're going the route of breaking bones, yeah, that's how it works.
Waterboard
Okay.
them. Waterboard.
Yeah, I guess that's my only option is the waterboarding. Then I was just thinking of Game of Thrones where that poor sap was on there for months. Okay, I'll waterboard him because that's my only option without the waking up or without the knocking unconscious again.
Okay. What are you trying to get from him exactly?
I want to know. I want to know his bosses. I want to know who hired him, why they came after us. One of you mentioned something that akin to you were sent after us. So I just want to know the name.
And are you ungagging him or are you leaving him gagged?
Well, no, I wanted him to nod in a sense before I ungagged him, but he did not nod in a sense. So
Correct.
that's why we're going this route.
And he is still gagged? Just want to confirm.
Currently he is still gagged, and I'll just let him know. Hey, when you're ready to talk, just start nodding your head yes, very frantically, and keep doing it until I stop.
You're gonna kill him. You should. He only has one way of breathing right now.
Through his nose.
But Curry, that'll make the waterboarding very effective.
Maybe too effective.
Oh,
But gag shouldn't stop him from being able to breathe out his mouth. It just stops his tongue from moving.
Have you ever tried to breathe through a rag that's wet? It's impossible. Especially if you've gagged him so much so he can't even make any noise.
Oh, I don't care about him making noise. It's just forming actual words for the somatic points of spells.
At this point, his gag is wet, and so it's just like a wet ball that's just dripping into his throat.
Which is fine. Okay, so you start waterboarding this guy, I guess, torturing him
Yep.
in the dark sewers by yourself.
Yep.
In poop?
Hey, I don't care.
Well, what other water do you have?
Well, yeah, he digs his head into the sewer and then pulls it
That's
out.
what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
piss and poop water.
Yes.
Yeah. The good stuff.
Okay. So you do that a couple times, and he like starts jolting his legs, like seizing basically, and tries to like kick and like move and hop, and is unable to do so.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. Seeing him do that, I'm gonna stop and be like, "So you're willing to talk yet, or more of this, worse of this? Where are we at? This is all on you. I don't want to do any of this. You're making me do this."
He's just trying to squirm and breathing really hard out of his nose and focusing on breathing and he's keeping his eyes closed.
So if I cut off his eyelids, will that count as damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Healing.
All right. So I'll let him take some nice deep breaths. I'm gonna wait for him to take like a really good deep one. I'm gonna put him back in the water.
Okay. and he starts jolting and squirming, and like with his nose, and like you hear like the bubbles coming out of the water.
I will, yeah, during this time, I will keep a very close eye on making sure that things don't appear to be going like, I'm not pushing him quite too far to like unconsciousness or death.
He is on the brink this whole time.
Well, I know he's on the brink, but like anytime like it's like it seems to be like going a little too far, like crossing the line of into the next realm, I'll be like,
I'm gonna just put it out there that you've already gone too far.
Since nobody knows how to waterboard, it is you drop the water down.
I know how it works. You have the rag over his head,
It's
and you
not
pour
the
the water
situation
down.
that he has though. He's
Yeah,
doing.
but it's not a constant water. You just a little bit, and then it saturates the cloth, and then it's really, really hard to breathe. Pretty much impossible. But
Hey, the torture I wanted to do would involve way less of this. It would have been, removing fingernails and toenails.
Yeah, that's much better.
Cutting into his bone and start playing with the marrow inside of the bone, stuff like that. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh my gosh, you're a psychopath. These are huge red flags.
Well, you're not there, so you don't know about it.
I know.
He's gonna come back to the group like all jolly.
So I mean,
The best day of his life, guys. You guys missed it. You should have been there.
like
we're gonna know he was in the sewer because he smells like crap.
The guy is basically not fighting as hard anymore as far as like the jolting and the squirming. It's basically dying down, and like this guy basically is not giving in to anything. So I don't know if you want to continue. He basically, you determine like if you keep going, he's just going to die.
Yeah. That sounds good. Would removing his junk involve him losing a hit point?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Any damage you do to him will cause.
He would bleed to death.
no. Pick up all these and put them
If you want to heal him first, that will
cut off his arm. Maybe
if I had any healing spells, I would totally do that. What if I just did like some like cuts and then started to rub salt and other of this horribleness inside of the sewer? Would that result in him not like deep cuts, like it would bleed a little bit, nothing that would cause like major bleeding, and then started to rub like salt and other stuff that would make it sting real bad? Would that?
Ryan, you sound like a psychopath.
Well, none of this is real, so I'm not really doing this to anyone.
You're trying to negotiate torture.
Well, the DM said any wounding causes loss to hit point. That's not how it works in the real world.
Can I please just cut off his eyelids?
You can pull his hair.
Can I cut off his balls? Surely that wouldn't cause any damage. This is so unfair.
So you're welcome to do whatever you want. You just tell me what you're doing next, and then I'll tell you what happens when you do it.
Well,
he probably already has cuts and stuff from the fight. You might find some.
I guess that's true. There would be cuts.
He's a tiefling. Shave his horns off.
You are basically determining that like the state of this person's mind is not in a good place.
Yeah. Well, it didn't seem like a good place in the beginning when he seemed a little psychopathic to begin with. So
you just tell me what you want to do next.
I don't want to do a lot anymore because I can't.
Is he like I wonder if he's like controlled by something right now.
Oh, okay. Here's a weird one, Bo. So mage hand.
Yes.
Can I like have that crawl inside of him?
No.
And do stuff to him?
Can't go inside of someone's body.
What the heck? Put the thumb up its butt.
Bo, I think you just let him do whatever he wants. He clearly needs to get a lot out of his system.
No, I'm trying. I was told how the damaging works, so I'm trying to find ways around the damaging thing.
You want to just like work him like a puppet?
Your character would know that this guy's mind is altered, and you're not getting any information the way.
Oh, his mind's altered. I thought he was just crazy. Okay.
What's the difference?
A lot difference, because you can try to talk crazy. He's got to speak to their level of crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't.
The
what
Dawn
you're doing
is
is
crazy.
not working.
Oh, so his mind's altered. Ah, that's a shame.
From what you're seeing, yes, it's altered by the evidence that you've seen.
Oh, then I want to make an Arcana check on him to see if I can try to figure out what spell maybe is
Okay.
affecting him, to see if it has like a duration or a time limit. I could just maybe wait it out.
Okay. Sure thing.
I'm gonna go upstairs and watch some colleagues.
Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Love you. 12.
She doesn't want to stay and listen to all the ways that you're going to torture.
She said she fell in love with me a little bit more.
Was that Elvira?
So you dig through
That's
his
great.
pockets and you find the same brown. This is like there's barely any in this bag, but there's the same cocoa powder stuff in here in this guy. Like he barely has any left, maybe like less than a teaspoon in there.
Oh.
Okay. Do I know what this powder is?
You would know that this is some sort of drug. I don't know if your character would know exactly what it is.
Nope, that's fine. That's fine. So
Test
if I
it. Test it out.
I'm definitely not going to do that.
See if it's real.
My character does not do drugs. Drugs are a one-way street to disaster.
That's beneath him. He only rips people's eyelids off
He has much more integrity than
and
that.
shoves mage hand up people's a-holes.
I was gonna shove it down his throat and then start
Don't ask me.
squeezing the organs of his
His
body.
heart,
I'm sure that's
like
a pain.
Hey, what are we
very few
doing?
people have
What are we doing?
experienced.
This is taking too long. What are we doing?
Sorry. So I'm just gonna, in that case, I'll see him like that, and I'm fine waiting. I need this guy to talk, so I'm just going to. I mean, I know the guards could track me with magic and stuff, and if they find me like this, they find me like this. I currently haven't done any physical wounds, so that's cool. So I'm cool waiting out, seeing if the drugs will fade, as long as it takes.
Okay. Cool beans. Well, we're gonna just pause there.
I haven't done any physical damage, your officer, so obviously I've done nothing wrong. Oh my gosh.
You have him all tied up. You're standing next to him. He's all tied up.
He's tied up, covered in
He's like
gagged,
Dennis the Menace. Right now.
gagging. You kidnapped
The guy by the
Mr.
fire.
Wilson.
Yeah, we're gonna
Where's
pour
that guy all tied up?
Anyways, back to the other group.
hot beans.
My sane group here. You guys have been let free, no charges. You've been given some information. What would you?
I
guys
wonder what Thaddan's doing.
Yeah, Tink, where would your brother go?
Let's see how well you know your brother.
He's gonna take him somewhere secluded.
And then what?
Oh no.
I
It's
actually,
necrophilia.
no, I'm sure I probably have never let my brother see this because he's an innocent soul, and I don't want to corrupt him.
He's probably just waiting for us.
But where? We don't have an inn or anything. Where would he go? You know the city. You've been here with him.
How many entrances? What's the closest entrance to the underground? That's where I would go. In the direction that he went.
So there's many different places to go underground. As far as like the pleasant ones, because there's like pipes that come up from like the sewers, and that some people get down that way because it's fast. You don't have to go all the way around, but there are like legit entrances to the underground in different parts of the city. So I don't know if you're wanting to go to like an actual entrance or just to any basically pothole and go in it.
The closest one that'll fit the Thaddan, he's a pretty big dude, and an extra body. That's not too far away.
I'll have you make an investigation check. The DC will be 20. because there's many different places you could go.
Maybe a history check, like how well do I know my brother?
Sure.
Investigation would be better, but let's do history.
It's up to you.
21.
21. Okay, you are able to deduce potentially where he is, and so you would go down one of these potholes that's off of like an alleyway, and as you walk down and enter, it's pitch black in here, so you would not be able to see. As a human, you would need to cast some
And
sort
are
of.
we just following you, Tink, as you're just kind of doing this?
Would Olivax fit?
Yes, anyone could fit down one of these things.
So
It's
roll
like
together again.
a manhole. It's like literally the size of a manhole.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them.
So, yeah, everyone was with him. And as you go down in there, and it's pretty empty in here. Off in the distance, like 50 yards down, you see Thaddan sitting next to this guy, and this guy is all wet from like the breast upward.
We went for a little swim.
Ah,
What are you doing to him?
brilliant, brilliant.
It really smells down here.
Trust me, it's something that you get used to. As for that, Olivex, currently I'm doing nothing to him. I'm waiting for the potential drugs. I'm gonna like hold up the little baggie and shake it, waiting for those little drugs to wear off to hopefully question him because he was uncooperative.
Oh, nice little star sugar I see here, buddy.
Star sugar. Yeah.
Let me see that bag.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
one of those guys
I'll
had on.
I'll
him.
give it to you.
I'll take the bag and I'll walk over to the tiefling and I'll dangle it in front of his eyes. And I'll say, you probably want some of this.
He tries to grab it with like his chin and shoulder.
Oh my
Tell us
gosh.
what we need to know. And you could have this.
At that, he's just gonna lean back and close his eyes.
I was gonna be so sad if that worked. I'm like, oh, this poor guy did so much to him that he didn't need to happen.
I think he's tired.
I think he's
Well-
high or under mind control or something. Whoever we're messing with or whoever sent them after us definitely knows their stuff, but not all spells last forever. So I was going to wait here with him. Though I'm potentially being tracked. So if you all want to wait with him until he gets better, I can go up top and be a little distraction until the guards find me.
I don't feel good about this. We told the gods that we would find you and bring this guy back.
Oh, you said okay, yeah, we can bring him back after we talk to him. That's no problem.
Well, he's not talking. And
Oh,
if
yeah.
the gods find us, they're gonna think we're being shady.
Well, like I said,
I don't want to be on bad terms with the city gods.
They're not
Well,
gonna
like-
find us, and we have 6 hours until they look for us again.
And if
True. They
if
did
all of
say we had
X
6 hours.
and all of X, if you want to come with me, we can talk to those guys, or I can just go up and hide somewhere up top, or constantly move around.
Why is he covered in filth? You're not.
Oh, because I put him in the filth
High five.
Tortured him.
multiple times.
I'm not
A lot
okay
of
with
times.
that.
You
That is not.
tortured? What do you
that
mean
is
by
not-
torture? Like you recited a poem, one of your famous poems?
You talked.
I did a lot of talking. I was trying to get him to talk. Wanted to have a conversation, but he didn't seem to
Did
want
you
to talk.
lecture him on his life choices?
You could say that.
That always gets me. Well, I do not think that this is honorable whatsoever.
Oh, it's
This is
definitely
not how the Keystone Collective carries themselves. We are not
Well-
ones to torture.
Oh, well, then I'm glad it wasn't you doing any of that.
You're muted, Kyler. You're muted.
Olivax, how do you get people to talk?
I ask him to speak.
And if they don't speak,
Like now.
you just kill them?
He is
No.
a good I'll remind you again.
What?
Depends on the situation.
He literally cannot speak.
Well, I told him to nod his head when he wanted to talk. Hopefully he's gotten that message the many times I've told him, hey, when you're ready to talk, just nod your head many times.
If someone doesn't talk, one, if it's someone that has done terrible, terrible things, then I put an end to them so they can no longer continue to do those terrible things. If it's someone like this, then I just wait. If it's someone that needs to be turned in to the officials, I turn them in.
And how do you think they get them to talk? Do they think they say please? Do you think that's how they
I
get
do
them
not
to talk?
concern myself of what they would do. I concern myself of what I should do, what is right.
Wonderful. So you don't
What
need
would
to do.
Bahamut be pleased with? He
But
would
what
not
if-
be pleased with torture.
What if they torture him? What if they waterboard him or something crazy?
You don't know that. You're making things up.
I'm just saying, if you knew that the officials were going to do that, would you still turn him in to the officials?
No,
That's a good point.
I wouldn't.
But
we don't know
they're
that.
the ones in charge. Don't you just listen to your superiors? All of that's like a good
You
soldier.
said you don't concern yourself with what they do with him, but now you do concern yourself?
You do not know. You're speculating.
Neither do you. Fun fact. But here's the deal, Olivex. I almost died today. My brother almost died today. If
We
you
all
think-
almost died today.
Uh-huh.
I saved
And-
your life.
Yes, you did. And that's why I didn't want to
And
involve
you
you.
repay that with a lack of honor. Which is
I repay that.
classic
But
bit on.
I repay that by trying to find out who did this instead of killing their leader and silencing whatever information they may have had. That is correct.
I'm
That is
gonna-
correct.
I'm going to ask Waldo if he has any healing spells, if he could heal this guy, because he looks on the edge.
I don't have any more magics. Oh, we have
I'm
a
gonna walk
potion.
over.
We do have a
I'm gonna-
potion.
I'm ungagging the guy.
Hold on. I'm gonna try to stop him. Like, this guy.
You're
can
not
cast spell.
stopping me. I don't care.
I will pull my rapier on him.
I will take out Nutcracker. Actually, I don't have it. My bike.
He doesn't have Nutcracker.
Okay, guys, settle down. Look,
I'm
you
just
both stop.
All
You
of that.
both have good reasons for saying what you're doing. All of X. Yes, doing what he did is in theory wrong, but if it was a loved one in your life and the only way to do it was to try to get information any way you can, would you or would you not do it? And Thaddan, if he's not saying anything, there's a point to where it's just torture and it's not helpful.
well. That's
So,
why I've stopped.
Let's try to figure out a way to do this. Let's
Well,
heal him. I don't know if the drugs things would do. I don't know much about this stuff, but we need to stop fighting amongst ourselves.
I'm not the one potentially risking all of our lives like Olivex here by removing the gag from a man we've seen cast spells.
You risked our
Potentially
lives.
giving them that option again.
You already risked our lives by fleeing the scene. You put a target on our back that didn't need to be there. You made a decision for us.
So did you
As to your first question, Enzo.
so did you, Olivex, by following them into a blind alleyway.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah? Oh, what? The kindness of your heart can't make bad things happen, Olivex? Is that what it is? Oh, because I wanted to be nice to them, all the bad things they did? That doesn't count? I'm so sorry, my ignorance isn't the one that almost cost us our lives. And my blind trust in others didn't try to cost us our lives. And I'm trying to do something, Olivex.
All of us
I
make
get it.
mistakes.
Honor.
None of us did anything on purpose. None of us is doing anything to try to hurt innocents. Let's just calm down, all take a deep breath, and look at this from a different perspective.
Well, as to your point,
we should not ungag him. He can do magic. He almost killed a few of us.
Okay, everybody, Who keeps talking about magic.
Waldo's trying to find a rat or something. so
I
he can
don't
talk to
think
it.
there is a spell that's only verbal. Is there?
There are.
There are only.
And if
There
he's
are
a
definitely
source,
spells that are.
or if he
They are
has,
rare. They are rare, but they do exist.
Okay, I
and if
doubt
he's a
this
sorcerer,
guy
he can do spells without
has an
verbal.
only verbal spell. If he does, what's he? He's not going to kill all of us.
I don't know that. And until I know that for certain, I'm going to believe, going on the assumption that he can do all that.
Right. Spencer, are you here? But can you talk by any chance, or are you not available?
Yeah, I just have no idea what's going on because I just
Okay.
joined.
Oh,
guessing
torture.
Let me
Spencer-
give you the rundown.
Rundown.
Let me catch you up. So
Hold on. Hold on. I'm guessing Spencer has the highest persuasion. Does anyone else have?
I'm not actually that charismatic. I think I have a +1. I'm
I'm
just
plus
lucky.
5.
My
I would have the
persuasion
highest.
+4.
I would have the highest. I have +7.
yeah, Enzo and Olivax, the charisma people.
Okay. What I think should happen is one or both of these people talk to this guy, and there's too many cooks in the kitchen right now.
Well, as was already stated, his brain seems to be affected by either magic or these drugs, or a combination of both. So
Well, let's-
I get agreed with Enzo here that hurting him more does nothing. That's why I stopped, because I'm not here to destroy people for the fun of it. So I was gonna wait for the effects to wear off, and so I volunteered to run around the city. So if they are trying to track me, assuming the spell works through these tunnels, I do not know. I do not have access to this magic.
Spencer,
That they would have a harder time catching me, so you guys could potentially get the information that we need.
I will say
Let's
that
catch-
you guys
let's
would
catch
know that you can cover someone's mouth to stop a spell from working. So, like if someone stood behind him and the second he starts trying to cast a spell, you could just cover his mouth and he wouldn't be able to cast a spell. It's easily doable with 6 of you surrounding this guy.
Can we catch Spencer up real fast?
Yeah, Spencer, the guards came to talk to you guys about the fight that ensued and try to understand what was going on. Thaddan, or sorry, Tink cast invisibility on the body. Thaddan then took the body and ran off. The tiefling that was unconscious, and people started yelling and they chased Thaddan down an alleyway. He cast an illusion spell, a couple illusion spells to throw him off his trail. When he was free, he took the body down into a sewer and he started questioning, quote unquote. And the rest of you talked to the guards and got a lot of good information. And then after you guys were done, which took like an hour, you guys found Thaddan in the sewer, and you guys are in the sewer now with this tiefling person. That is the scenario.
Alrighty.
Did I find a rat?
I'll
speak druidic, calling out,
Your little rat song.
holding out some
I will
old
say that
nachos from
sewer-
earlier.
So the water smells like stagnant sewer water. However, like the sewer itself is relatively clean. Like there's not the ground is dirt, and then there's like a paved section where the water goes. But like the dirt is like not disgusting. There's not like a bunch of debris in there. It's like relatively clean. Like whoever takes care of the sewers, like they do a really good job. But so as far as finding a rat,
It's harder because it's too
spent like
clean.
if you spent like 10 minutes, you probably could find a rat. So if you're wanting to do that, then
We're
yes.
probably it sounds like this conversation is gonna be like 40 minutes. So
Sounds good. So yes,
I'll talk to a rat and take a short rest. However long that takes.
well, you can use
I've
the
offered to leave
it would
multiple
take you
times.
10 minutes. It's up to you.
Yep. So that's what Waldo's doing.
Okay, so you find a rat after about 10 minutes.
I'm just chilling, just playing with the rat, talking to it, feeding him old nachos.
Sounds good.
I would like to speak. You're right, Thaddan. I put the group in danger by following whatever that guy's name is, Dario, into the alleyway. And I apologize for that. That was naive of me. And I acknowledge that. However, that was done with good intent, with honor. what you are doing is not with good intent.
I would argue
It
it's
lacks
not
honor.
intent.
And
It
to
does
Enzo's,
lack honor. It does lack honor, but it definitely
Let
has a
me
good
speak.
intent behind it.
To Enzo's question, would I do this if it was the last option and it meant good things from it? The answer to that is I don't know. However, what I do know is that this isn't the last option right now. We haven't tried everything, so we should not resort to torture if we do not have to. I am not comfortable with that, and I am not comfortable being in a group with people that are so readily able to torture someone without trying other things. Now, as for what to do next, I am in favor of ungagging him, being cautious. If he tries anything, let's be ready. So we can either stop him, or if we need to, we put him back down. I'm not saying there isn't risk in ungagging him, but it is something that we need to try if we are to get more information out of him. I believe Enzo should be the one to talk, since he is the most level-headed, and he has a good way with words, and he can be the most diplomatic. What does that
I'm here with that. Olivex, why don't you get behind him and be ready to shove something in his mouth? First syllable sounds like he's doing something wrong.
Very well.
Olvex, I have no issue with anything you've just said, but I think you think too little of me, for I have thought through the situation very carefully. This city is controlled by the enemy, more or less. I don't believe we can trust him in the hands of the guards for them to tell us if they did get anything out of him. We're also on potentially a time limit, for this girl who was there with us has information. She was taking notes on each and every single one of us, potentially how we fight, so our enemy potentially knows how we fight better, so they can better prepare for us. Time now is ticking. The better ways, I feel, take too long. And the authorities who you claim to trust and want to follow here serve someone who wants to snuff your god from existence. So yes, I did take this path, but I did not take it lightly. I did not take it with joy. And I stopped when I realized I wasn't getting the results that I wanted.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Roll a insight, and then you roll a persuasion.
That's a dirty 20.
Well, I'm being completely honest right now, so I don't know what to roll for that. I'm not trying to hide anything, or I'm being 100%
you said
honest.
you take no joy.
Persuasion or deception?
I guess persuasion, because I'm not trying to deceive anybody. 23, baby.
That's unfortunate.
He seems very sincere, Olivax.
Okay. Your point rings true with me. You're right. We probably can't fully trust anyone here. I was wrong in saying that you had wrong intent. But I do believe we should try other means of getting information out of him before we resort to extreme measures, such as the ones you were doing before we got here. That's all.
By all means, do those measures. I do think we are potentially being observed. If anyone wishes to walk with me, I will walk into the sewers during this time, not making my way around here in case I am being tracked. Just in case. By all means, when he awakens or you guys wish to talk with him, by all means do so. Again, I believe he is drugged, and until these effects or spell wears off, he will be very uncooperative. But I will take my stroll if anyone wishes to join me.
Hey, before you go on that note, is there a place if we need to store him, like hold him as a prisoner for a day or so to come back and do this? If
my brother's,
we don't get anything.
If my brother stays with you, there should be some place or people we could speak to down here to store him. So this is kind of where the underground lives or stay in places down here, if I remember correctly or understood correctly.
Well, how far are you going? Do you want to go find a place right now, or?
Yeah, I can do that.
Again, I'm just walking away. I'm not going too far because I want to be within close enough range if like something goes down. But I'm definitely giving you guys some berth in case I do get caught in the sewers, and then I can be like, "Oh, I don't have the body. I gave him to someone else."
I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna turn to Aaron's character. I don't remember your name. Enzo, and I'm gonna cast guidance on him, and I'm gonna say, "You have 1 minute for that, buddy."
You have 1 minute.
And then I'm gonna walk away with Thad.
I'll give both Waldo and Olivex and Enzo. I guess let's talk to the group. I'll give you guys directions or people you can talk to down here, depending on what situation you guys find.
Well, I think me and you should go find a place since.
Well, just in case we get caught or something happens, they should know where to go.
Just don't go too far. We don't know how long this is going to take. I mean, if I have 1 minute to try to get as much information, I can't promise you anything. You ready, Olivex?
Hey, it's not about the length of time it takes. It's about how good that time is.
Yeah, that's what she said. You ready, Olivex?
I'm ready.
I cast it again.
I think you owe me another campfire chat.
I'm gonna say stop wasting time, and I cast it again on him, and I walk away.
Sounds good. Okay, so you ungag the guy.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the bag out of my pocket and show it to him, and that I have, and I'll let him know I have this for you. We are not here to do anything. We're pretty much aware that whatever you did wasn't you, but we'd like to know who it was and why you did it. Do you understand?
He will not.
Okay. Who sent you to attack us? And Olivax, you could pull his hand off. Your hand off.
You will softly say, "Give me some dust first."
That's not how this works. You'll have this whole bag as soon as you let us know.
No one sent me.
How about your group? Who is in charge? How do you know them?
Dario's in charge.
Is he the sorcerer one? The one that brought us back?
Yes.
Who is his boss?
We don't have a boss. We live for
Who-
dust.
One of you let us know that it wasn't your choice. You had to do this. Why would they say that?
Because we were out of coin. What were we gonna do?
We gave you coin. You attacked us like to try to kill us.
3 gold, maybe less. He gave us a signal that it wasn't a lot, but that you had more.
So you just attack random people. That's the only reason you were doing this. You have magic items and you attacked as a group. And you're letting me, and you're telling me, and we were told you didn't have a choice.
He spits on the ground next to you.
Put him in a body bag.
Insight checks. Insight checks.
Am I able to do insight or investigate anything?
Ryan, let him do his thing.
Sure. What are you wanting to? Are you wanting to know if he's telling you the truth?
Yes, I want to know if he's telling me the truth.
All an insight check. You have
natural one.
Seems like he's telling the truth. It's hard to read.
But how does that work? So like if I'm there, can I also do it, or is it just one person does it?
You can. I don't like it if you do it after the roll though, because it's like, oh, because you rolled low, I also want to do it. But if you want to, just let me know. Like,
well, I was thinking it the whole time, but then right when you said that, I'm like, okay, someone's gonna do it. I just don't know the rules with that because I imagine it would be annoying. Like everyone insights all the time, everyone investigates all the time. So I don't know if it's one covers all of us.
Usually, at least I can't speak for Bo, but on crit roll, they do 2 people can do it, or 1 person can help someone to get advantage. It's usually ever most 2 rolls in some fashion, either advantage or 2 different
I'm
people.
okay with 2 rolls as well. I just don't. Yeah, it just can get like it's called dogpiling when you just like keep doing it over and over.
Yeah. That's what I don't want. All right, I'll just do it real fast. 17.
Seems like he's telling the truth. Doesn't have much to hide. He thinks you get the feeling like he thinks you're gonna kill him anyways. Doesn't matter what he says. Might as well just tell the truth.
That's what I gather
That's what you gather from his tone and the way he's like you're standing behind him and like the defeatedness in his body, and he's like shivering a little bit as well. That's what you gather.
Okay.
Who was your friend that ran away? The one with the knives that throws them in it and they come back? Where could we find him?
Follow the dust. I don't know his name.
So you're a group and you don't know anybody in your group.
He's not in my group.
Why was he there? How did he know to show up?
There was a call.
By who?
By the guy with 2 short swords. He did a whistle. It's a signal that we need help. All the dust sniffers know what that signal means.
How do drug dealers or people on drugs who are addicted have such good magic items?
You're not from around here then, are you?
We are not from around here, correct. So please answer the question.
Seek the carnival. Pretty easy to get an item.
You can get. We went to the carnival. We didn't see anything that nice. Everything we saw were 1-use items.
He doesn't respond.
There was a girl taking notes. Do you know anything about her?
And as I say that, I'm gonna gently, very, very, very gently put my claws on his shoulder, and I am going to do a couple lay on hands healing just to kind of raise his vitality a little bit.
Okay.
And
nice move.
Hey, sweetie.
Does doesn't know what you're talking about.
Hold on, give me like 2 seconds. Oh, I love you, sweetie. You have sweet dreams.
Who's on that one?
Who is that?
Who is that?
Is that Uncle Bo?
Who's that?
That's Ryan. Here he is.
I'm gonna walk on you.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's sweetie.
Anything else you wanted to ask, Enzo?
Yeah, I do. Hold on.
Enzo, not you.
Oh, sorry.
Because you're not here.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so as he heals,
he says he doesn't know what you're talking about.
That's fine.
But you didn't know anybody else in the group, so how do you know she wasn't part of your group?
He asks for the dust again.
You'll have the dust when you answer a question that helps us. As of now, you have done nothing. Give us something.
Follow the dust.
Okay. Where do we follow the dust to? Who should we go talk to and where?
Follow the dust.
Okay. No more. I'm just going to throw this. I'm going to pretend to throw the dust into the river or whatever, the sewer.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Enzo. Not say anything. I just want to like get his attention with my eyes. And kind of give him a little nod of like, maybe do give him just a little, just to give him a little bit of energy. And I'm gonna say all that with my eyes.
Just the tip, just for a minute.
That's funny.
Dragonborns have very expressive eyes.
I'll look into his beautiful pleading eyes as he opens and closes his little flutters, and I'll get lost in them and be like, "Oh, that's a great idea." And I'll take a little bit out and say, "All right, just the tip, just for a minute," and just,
That's what she said.
give him a little tiny bit, just a small pinch.
What's your name? As he's feeling this rush of elation.
His name is. Oh my gosh, this page takes forever to load every time I click on it.
You should just have a printout.
No. No printouts for me. His name is Odda.
Odda. We do not wish. I don't know your exact experience with my other comrade, but I can assure you that with myself and my friend watching you, you are not going to be hurt anymore. We do not wish for you to die. We wish to keep you safe.
We got the dust from Dario. He was our supplier.
Okay. And who did Dario associate with? You must have known. You must have had conversations.
Dario associated with a lot of people. You saw him. You saw everyone. You killed them all. Those are the people that I know. I don't know anyone else that deals with dust. What else do you want from me?
You told us you didn't know everybody there, so now you do? So who was the one that ran away?
I don't know.
Oh, it's good to see that your energy's up a little bit more. Tell me, where would be, if we were looking to get dust, now that Dario is no longer in the picture, where would we go?
You'd have to ask around. I don't know.
But follow the dust.
You have to know someone that we could talk to.
Dario.
Is that the only name you know?
That's the only one I know that has anything to do with dust.
I'm pretty sure the only answers we're gonna get, guys.
Who are all dead.
Is there anybody in your group that may have not made it? They were sick, they were off this day, they're out of town.
They're probably dead. Either from dust or from you.
What were the names?
There was Theodore, there was Corliss, there was Idina, there was Isola, there was Radcliffe. Those were the ones that were there. Those are all the ones I know that use it.
Understood.
What do you want from me?
This whistle that you speak of.
You heard it.
What do I roll to make sure that I remember that? Like, would I remember that whistle?
Yes, it was 10 feet from you. Enzo was right in front of you when he did it.
Is it really distinct?
It's like a door knock. It's like recognizable.
Okay.
Wasn't like elaborate. It was short and sweet. So easily reproducible if your characters can whistle.
So you're telling us if we whistle, people will come? People that know about dust?
Possibly. I don't know how it is everywhere in the city. I only know how it is in that section. That's where I lived.
No one in that area seemed to be on your side. Everybody ratted you guys out. I can't believe you're actually from there. If your mom didn't come out with a pot as we were killing you or your friends.
My mom is dead.
Okay, great. No one in your group knew anybody in that area, and that's where you decided to attack us.
Wait, Enzo, have a little compassion.
Can I have more dust, please? Please. I need it.
Well, the dust.
We haven't really gotten any.
If you don't give us anything.
I have nothing more to give you. Just give me my desk back, please.
You're saying all of your contacts were in that alleyway.
Yes.
You knew no one else.
No one else.
I
You
know
knew
other
7
people.
people.
I know other people, but not that do dust.
Yeah, I think we're just wasting our time. He's giving us nothing. He's
And you
either
knew
complete
no one
idiot.
that
Dario.
Dario would talk to.
Dario.
Yes.
Talk to Dario.
Guys,
He'll tell you.
Guys, we need to get a cleric who does speak with dead and get talk to Dario. That's
Yes,
our only.
do that. Yes. Seek a dead speaker. If he's dead.
Well, we don't have access to his body. The cop showed up. The chain showed up.
The chain.
What do you know? What can you tell us about them?
Bunch of pricks.
I'm not
How
going to
so?
disagree with you there,
Can we
but
just become best friends?
They arrested my friend for having dust, and he wasn't even using it. And they sent him off to Dre Bar. Can I have
What
my
was
dust
his-
now, please?
Was his name also Dario?
No. It was
What
a
was
her,
his?
and her
What was
name
her
was
name?
Godiva.
Godiva?
Yes.
is there a hatred in this city of the chain?
And so you ask.
Well,
I
we're
said,
asking you, clearly.
I said yes. I said I thought they were pricks. What more do you want from me?
I said in the city, does the average person dislike the chain as much as you do?
I don't know.
Do you know
You are a
anything
wealth
about?
of information. Thank you.
Halfbreed, give me my dust back, please.
Hold on, Enzo. We must stay calm.
Well, he's not even trying to give us information. I just want to throw him in the front of the cops and let them know who this is the guy.
Maybe the Don was onto something with that river and this guy.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm
Odda.
actually not upset with the Don anymore at this point.
Enzo, come on. You're starting to lose it. Okay. Odda has given us information.
Really? What information have you learned?
Oh, boy.
That Dario had the dust.
Dario.
Dario's the man.
Congratulations. You know the name Dario.
Has all the answers, Halfbreed. I just want my dust.
He also said that he doesn't have a boss. That they were desperate and forced. They felt forced because they were poor.
You guys are a bunch of rich outsiders. You seem like the perfect targets.
Well, you unfortunately picked the wrong battle. But I would like Enzo. He did give us answers.
He gave
Yes,
us
I gave
nothing.
you all the answers, everything I know.
No, you
Well,
did
hold
not.
on.
Yes,
You
I
gave us
did.
everything you wanted to tell us.
Really has. The DM is trying so hard to tell you guys there's nothing more from this kid.
What do you want from me?
Enzo.
I've gotten a long rest by now, right?
Give him one more hit.
Waldo's asleep.
The rat you befriended is like drinking.
All of a
out of your
sudden,
mouth.
you see Waldo floating down the river like asleep.
Hey guys, you should join me. This is great.
Oh no!
So it sounds like there's nothing else this person knows. Is there anything else you want to ask?
I wanted to give him one more hit.
Yes, please. He will ask. He will add to that.
I'll give him half of what I gave him before, which is very little.
Yes. Okay. He seems happy.
What can you tell us about the upper echelon of the chain?
I don't know. I don't know anything about them.
How about the underground in this city? Is there someone we could speak to? We're new, and we would like to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
What do you mean underground? Like under the ground?
Like people such as yourselves who look for ways to get money and supplies without a regular job.
Well, you killed everyone I was associated with. As far as the I can tell you rumors, but that's not what you want. Or you just want me to tell you anything that you think you want to hear and it's not actually accurate. I'm telling you accurate information that I know, but you don't want to hear it.
You've said one name that means anything, and that person's dead. That means
You
that
killed
doesn't
him.
help us at all.
Oda, let me just make sure I have this straight.
You fried him right in front of me.
Yes, I did. I exploded him with radiant light from Bahamut, and then I burned him. But that's not that's not the point.
You guys are murderers.
You tried. Okay.
We weren't gonna actually kill you.
Oda. In case you forgot, you attacked us.
Yes, but we weren't gonna kill you probably. Just take your coin.
What if we didn't want to give it to you? Then what would you do?
Okay.
We take it from you.
What if we didn't want to give it to you?
I just said it. I want me to repeat myself. We'll take it from you.
What if we refused? What would you do?
Take it from you.
And how would you do that?
We would knock you out and take it.
Knock you out. So
Yes.
all those spells and trying to kill us and doing were just for fun? To knock us out? There was no knockout spell, no sleep spell. Those were attacks.
Oda, there's no possible way you could have expected us to not defend ourselves like we did. Now we're getting away from what I want to say.
Can I have more dust, please?
No.
I've earned it.
No, you have not.
You killed all my
If you
friends.
give us something that is helpful, I will give you some dust.
I have
Until
nothing
then,
else to give you.
okay, let's go to the cops. Let's
Yes,
knock them out
please.
and take them to the cops.
Take me.
Okay, but before we do, let me just make sure that I have this straight. Oda, you assigned that you and your very close-knit group of friends.
We're not close.
Whatever.
It's the only people you know. What do you mean you're not close?
Your small group
There are
of
other
friends.
people that do dust. We're not friends.
Oda, let me speak or I put the gag back in. Your side, your 7 friends, whatever, your associates, led by Dario, were addicted to this dust,
Yes, I'm addicted to dust. I said it, okay?
Where does Dario live?
The star sugar. Hold on, Enzo. The star sugar. And that's basically what you lived your lives for, was getting more, robbing people so you could have money to buy more.
Yes, and I lived on the streets. I've been living on the streets for months now.
And these are the only people that you knew. It's the only people that you knew of Dario. You don't know anything else of the chain other than they took Godiva. You're saying there's nothing else, there's no more information in your brain that you can give us. I have a hard time believing that. And if that isn't the case, and you can't tell us more, then we can give you more
What,
of
you
this.
want like my life story? Like I have not, like, yes, the people that I was with, they're not friends. We're not friends. We just got each other's back so we can get more dust. That's the whole point of us being together.
And how did you meet?
By buying dust.
From Dario?
And then you see other people buying dust. You say, "Hey, you do dust too? Cool." And then they get you some, and then you share, and then you just, that's it. That's the end of it. Then when they don't have dust anymore, then you find someone else.
So who else would you find besides that group?
All right.
You want me to
And so
name
I
every
think-
single person I've ever seen do dust? That's what you need?
Where
That's
did you get it?
information that you need.
If Dario wasn't available, where would you get your dust from? If you had money. If I was to give you money right now, where would you go to get dust?
One of those other people that you killed that also do dust. I'd buy it from them if they had any extra.
If I gave you money right now, where would you
Yes.
go get dust?
I would walk around town doing the whistle trying to find someone that does dust and buy it from them.
The whistle. Okay. So we could find dust with the
I already
whistle.
said the whistle. Are you not listening, half-breed? Is anyone listening to me?
This guy's a peach.
I'm gonna
no information. You guys keep asking me the same
God, guys.
over and over and over.
I for sure got a short rest. Like this is legit over an hour in real time.
Yes, you got a short rest.
I got a short rest.
You guys are just going asking the same 4 questions, then saying it's not good enough. We need more, and then you ask the same questions as if somehow the gods have given me more information.
I was going to shake my head and look at all of Axe like this. He's seriously got to be the stupidest person I've ever met in my life.
Can I have dust, please?
I mean, I definitely think we've hit a dead end.
This one's dust. That's the.
I'm gonna grab the gag and go dip it in the sewer and go shove it back in his mouth.
Oh my gosh. I like how it started. Thaddan, you've gone too far, man. Now they're like, we've got to go farther. Like, you go far enough.
I'm just putting it in his mouth. That's it.
You're sticking shit, piss-filled water in his mouth. That's not bad.
No, I'm putting a gag.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
You don't know it, but Waldo was at the end. He pissed in the water. He had to go pee.
It was warm in there.
Anything else you guys want to do with him?
Yes.
Take him back to the gods.
Yes.
I'm taking him to the police.
Awesome.
I want to ask him who Dario is. Just kidding.
I want to ask him who he knows.
He knows nobody.
10 times. So dumb.
But Bo, that's crazy that someone just only knows 7 people.
Imagine you do.
You have to admit that is crazy that this guy literally has no outside information of anything other than Dario.
So that
literally he's the only person that does drugs I've ever heard in my life that would literally walk down the street whistling to try to get drugs.
His mind is fried. That's all he cares about.
I have no idea the effects.
He's trying to turtle bite it out of your hand.
Let me
I've
just
been
know,
around
but he's not.
I've been around a lot of people that do drugs,
to
and they know
fight
a lot of
us.
people.
Let me
Think
just
of how
how
coordinated he was to fight us.
Let me just paint the picture real quick for you, Enzo and Odda.
Crazy.
You guys were ambushed, but it was like super obvious basically that it was happening. And everyone on them had some sort of drug and looked off. Waldo noticed people looking off. And then he constantly asks you for the drug over and over and over and over. And then you ask him, imagine you're on cocaine and you ask, okay, who do you know that does cocaine? If you've only purchased cocaine a handful of times from the same person every time, and then you say, who else are you going to buy it from? You literally don't know anyone. What are you going to say?
He said he's been doing it for a long time with lots of
he
people.
didn't say a handful of times. He said he's been
months. He said months.
That's not a handful. That's probably daily.
You don't know how long the drug lasts.
The way that I see it is that dude was crazy, coordinated, and competent as a fighter. So that's not someone that's just like doped out on drugs and doesn't know what he's doing. So then I thought, okay, he's drowsy because he's experiencing withdrawal from the drugs. So we give him the drugs and he spikes back into super capable dude again. And he was just like nothing. He was just a dead end of anything. It's like he had no.
You want to know what? You want to know who he knows in the drug industry, and he told you everyone he knows.
We want to know who he knows that could help us, and he has no answers for anything, literally. And they clearly are trained in something, so they're not like random.
We
are assuming 100% that he was sent by someone.
No.
And I do not think that he was like. It doesn't lead to anything.
No. I don't think he wasn't. He said he wasn't sent. He said he didn't have a boss. What I was trying to get from him is the fact that he didn't know the guy that showed up to help fight makes just no sense to me.
And how they all have magic items.
So he just whistles.
They would sell them.
He just whistles, and
he wasn't the one who whistled.
He just whistles, and other drug people show up to help fight as if they just know that this is what's happening. And then he has no idea who this is. That makes no sense. He would have known that person and said, hey, this is where we do our ambushing. So if we whistle, that means you come to help us ambush. He would have met that person before. And the fact that he has no idea who this is, it's just some random guy that showed up because of a whistle, that makes no sense. I was trying to figure out how that guy with the whistle, or the guy that showed up with the blood thing, how he was related to the guy that we're interrogating, and the fact
Yeah,
that
they're sitting there waiting for us. How did they get there so fast? They must have been waiting like
it was
right
that's
there
it's just
the whole
that's weird.
time.
You're also assuming that the tiefling was conscious when that guy showed up. which
Yeah,
he
but
was,
he
he was
yeah,
not.
but
He never saw the guy on the roof ever.
yeah, I would have explained what the guy looks like. I mean, and I mean, you said I don't know who that was, so I mean,
Yeah.
I think you knew who we were implying. So you're saying that
implying, but he doesn't know who you're implying.
Well, you didn't say that.
I don't.
Well,
have
that's
I'm playing the
that's
character.
not what he would have said. He would have said, "I don't know who you're talking about," and then I would have explained who I'm talking about. But you didn't say that.
Either way, we're not getting information.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Yeah. That just was like that was just I'm not going to give you more information. Too bad, kind of thing. That's so frustrating.
That's how I got it. That's why I kept asking different ways, because it was like, okay, well, maybe if I ask this way, he'll give us a
it
better
doesn't make
answer.
any sense that that guy literally knew nothing else. So whatever. That's fine.
It all makes sense.
What it is. I would like to take him. I would like to do prestidigitation on us, except for him. I want him to smell and basically walk him down the streets like it's what's that show? Game of
He's gonna
Thrones.
be like puking all over you because you shoved crap in his mouth.
I don't care.
Thaddan, do you go with him?
I mean, yeah, if I get the signal that they're leaving, I'll go.
Well, but you also are gonna have to talk to the
walked
cops
away,
about
Brian.
taking him in the first place.
You guys were just walking around down there in the sewers.
As we get close to the police, to the chain station, whatever it's called.
Hold on, I will throw a curveball. If after you clean up, and I see you not clean up this guy, I'll be like, why aren't you gonna clean up that guy?
I'm gonna say because I know how you feel.
Oh, well, I don't believe in excess torture. Clearly if we're leaving, he's done his part. So I don't think
He
he needs
didn't
to
do
be
any
wall
part. He's like the dumbest person I've ever met in my life. He was like talking to a wall.
All right. Yeah. So what are we
You're
doing?
punishing him because he's dumb? I'm confused what's happening.
No, we don't need to keep going down this road. I was just an attempted joke.
Okay, how about,
what were we
I'll
saying,
use a
Jim?
better adjective, useless.
Indeed.
So
All right.
we'll take them to the cops. We'll ask for Aldi. Let me get the names.
It was Abbott.
Abbott and Zeta. And Thaddan, are you going to be with us?
Yeah, you see, guys said they wanted to talk to me.
Okay, and we'll bring them, and if you're willing to talk to them, we'll ask. And that's where we're at now, I guess.
Sounds good. And that's what we'll end the session with you guys arriving to turn the guy in.
Well, we